What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a great day. If you're new here, make sure to check out the links in the top comment, which I'll pin. It's going to have a link to our private investing community, a link to my podcast called Michael on the Mic, where I talk about tech news, stock news, business news, and also a link to getting 4 free stocks when you download the Webull investing app using the link in the comment. So make sure to check that out. But today we have a very exciting investment we're going to talk about, one that Ark Invest just came out, was very bullish on, a stock that I am extremely bullish on as well. I've talked about this quite a few times. I've owned it for a long time now, and I've been adding to my position consistently over the last 6 months, and that stock is DraftKings, stock ticker symbol DKNG. Currently, it's sitting right around $62 a share, down from highs of around $70 a share just a couple weeks ago. Really, that's what's happened with all of these tech stocks, all of these high growth stocks. They've taken a big hit. The NASDAQ has come down about 7-8% from where it was just a couple of weeks ago. But that shouldn't deter you from investing in companies. So right now, DraftKings, they are a very attractive investment in my opinion. So first of all, we're going to talk about Ark Invest and Cathie Wood. Ark Invest currently owns about $120 million of this stock. They have it in 2 different ETFs, in their ARKF ETF and ARKW ETF. In ARKF, they have about $34 million. In ARKW, they have about $82 million. Last week, they purchased another $13.5 million of it in their ARKF ETF. In addition to this, Cathie Wood came out the other day and she spoke about DraftKings in an interview, and she was very, very bullish on the company. She told Benzinga that DraftKings is becoming accepted as a platform for sports betting as the public grows more comfortable with the activity. She said, we do think sports betting is losing its taint. It's becoming much more accepted. States all across the U.S. are looking to pass bills to legalize sports betting. In addition to this, we're already seeing that 19 states have legalized it. Recently, Michigan legalized sports betting, and there's no bad news that have come out in the sense of states legalizing sports betting. Everything has been positive. Everything is moving towards, probably within the next year or two, having all states legalized sports betting. Cathie Wood explained how New Jersey was an example of a very successful state in legalizing sports betting. She said the state is a mature market and DraftKings revenue was up 100% in that state, and New Jersey was very telling to them of the massive opportunity and massive potential of DraftKings. So that's why they've been buying more and more shares up over the last couple of months, last couple of weeks, same as I've been. So that's the first reason why I like DraftKings, is with sports betting being legalized, it's going to continue to be passed in more and more states. And right now, it's just going to add, there's no reason states wouldn't. It generates tax dollars, more revenue for the states, and people like sports betting. So it's a win-win situation. On top of this, we're seeing big states actually look at legalizing it. They already have proposed bills. One, I've spoken about this in a previous video, but I want to touch on it again, is Texas. Texas, they proposed a bill to legalize sports wagering. We also saw Florida. So these are 2 pretty big states that are looking to legalize it, already have bills in place. That's great news. On top of this, another area that's looking to legalize sports betting, which I've also talked about, is Canada. Canada is introduced a bill to have individual sports betting on like individual sporting events, and Bank of America sees this as a $2 billion opportunity. DraftKings has a major, already are in the Canadian market well before other companies are there. They have a partnership with the NFL, which extends to Canada. They also have other partnerships that are already in Canada, and they're positioning themselves as a market leader in the Canadian market. So Bank of America Securities sees DraftKings and FanDuel being major players in the Canadian market, and they see this as a $2 billion opportunity. They say it's growing very rapidly, and once it is legalized, DraftKings has positioned themselves to really take advantage of the massive amount of capital that's going to be spent in sports betting. They've really positioned themselves to do extremely well. And finally, the third thing is, I spoke about this in our podcast the other day, but this is a massive partnership between DraftKings and the UFC. It seems like no bad news has come out about DraftKings recently. Everything is good news, between legalized sports betting to new partnerships with the NFL to now with UFC. Nothing really seems to be bad coming out with DraftKings. And so DraftKings signed a massive 5-year deal worth upwards of $350 million with the UFC. Now the UFC named DraftKings the official and first ever official sportsbook and daily fantasy partner in the US and Canada of the UFC. This is absolutely huge, and this is probably the most important deal that UFC has ever done. It's going to bring so much more brand awareness to DraftKings, and not only that, but DraftKings is going to be able to use the branding, the name of UFC, and it's really a win-win situation for both of them. DraftKings is going to be, they're going to have a new market, a new customer base that they may have not have reached with the combat sports, and UFC is going to have another opportunity to expand their brand by reaching people who might have not been interested in the UFC before, but they see sports betting or fantasy on the DraftKings app. So between all of these partnerships, sports betting being legalized, and the great numbers that DraftKings has been doing in terms of revenue and earnings, they beat them. They hit them out of the park last report. They did much better than expected. It seems like a no-brainer to be invested in this company right now. Obviously, make sure to do your own research. Let me know what you guys think about DraftKings in the comments, but I really love this stock right now. I think it's great to buy at $61, $62 a share. Like even $70 a share, what was that? I think it's still a great investment. So let me know what you guys think. I think this stock could easily hit $100 very, very quickly. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to get your 4 free stocks, each valued up to $1,600, when you download the Webull investing app using the link down below. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.